How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Cobra from the Discord server in the OU tier. Looking at the team, they got an Iron Moth, a Hisuian Samurott, Iron Valiant, Gliscor, Hisuian Goodra, and of course a Rillaboom. Pretty powerful team. Let's see what we can do here. So, if we assume they're going to lead off with the Samurott to get the spikes up straight away, people usually lead with Samurott. I should lead with Enamorus, get that Moonblast off. It's going to hurt everything on the team except from the Iron Moth. Even the Goodra's not going to appreciate it too much. So I think that's a good shout. So that's what I'm going to do. And then after that, we'll just have to go from there. Manaphy looks like it could do well here. If we can get rid of the Rillaboom and weaken the Hisuian Goodra. It'll definitely do work against the Gliscor and the Iron Moth. So good to note. And the battle begins, so Cobra's going to lead off with Samurott as expected. Nice and shiny, gotta love it. We lead off with the Enamorus, which is just fantastic matchup for us right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and just fire off a Moonblast. There's no real reason not to, as there we go. They actually are going to stay in and opt to take it like a champ. They've got the Focus Sash, which is fair enough. Focus Sash does protect them, and they're going to be able to get off a Scizor Edge and get some spikes up. Unless they don't go for that, they might go for Razor Shell. They go for a knockoff, knocking off our Choice Scarf, which is very unfortunate, but we do get the Q-Charm, which is hilarious. I've never seen Q-Charm activate before. I love the little love hearts around it. That's hilarious. All right, cool. So if we assume they're going to switch in something to take the Moonblast, like the Hisuian Goodra or the Iron Moth, we should finish this thing off with a Earth Power, and we should outspeed as well because they are Focus Sash, not Choice Scarf. So they actually go for a priority move. Let's see if they can break through Infatuation. They were immobilized by Love. That's the first time I've ever actually had that happen to me in a Wi-Fi battle. That's crazy. So Samurott goes down, and Enamorus gets to keep its HP where it's at. We are off to a good start. Goodra comes in. So Goodra is a big threat being a steel type. He gets the steel beam and the flash cannons and all that wonderful stuff. I'm wondering what set they're going to be. So if they're Iron Defense body press, we're a bit boned. We've got the Infernape with a Mach Punch, we've got the Superpower on the Agapon, and we've got the Close Combat on the Scizor, but it's going to be hard to break through. So I'm going to go into Snorlax just so we can take a special attack easily peasily, lemon squeezely. We can definitely take a special attack. If it goes for a body press, we're not going to take it too well, which is unfortunate, but at least then we'll know what set it is. So we'll go Snorlax. They do go for a Flash Cannon, which is good. Means they're more of a specially offensive variant. Now, their only real answer to us is a physical attacker, so I'm actually tempted to go for a Curse here, so I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for the Curse. We outspeed somehow. I'm guessing they went for a Dragon Tail then. So we're going to Curse up. We're going to get our attack and defense boosts, and I am guessing they went for a Dragon Tail here. Yeah, Dragon Tail. So they are a Dragon Tail set, which is interesting. And that's going to send Snorlax right out there after that Curse. So I should have gone for an Earthquake straight off the bat, but you know, it is what it is. And we're going to get dragged out into the Agapon. So not the worst matchup in the world. We can just go for a Superpower here. We could also assume they're going to go Gliscor and switch out while going for the U-turn, but I think I'm going to go for the safe Superpower. They do stay in as, well, not expected, but as kind of hoping for. And we're going to get our attack and defense dropped. And they're going to go for a nice and powerful Flash Cannon on us, which is probably going to do about half. Yeah, nearly half. So that's fine. We just have to go for another Superpower here and take this thing out. We've weakened it to enough where it can be finished off later on by something else anyway. So even if they switch out here into the Gliscor, it's not a big deal. They do withdraw the Goodra. Are they going to go into the Iron Valiant or the Scizor? Gliscor, sorry, not Scizor. Gliscor comes in nice and shiny, gotta love it. Although the Hisuian Goodra was nice and shiny as well. So we go for a Superpower, does diddly squat because we are minus an attack and it's a resisted hit on a Gliscor. So there was no way we were going to do much damage with that. But they do get the Toxic Heal, of course, which is going to activate and be all frustrating and stuff. Let's see what set this thing is. So let's go for a U-turn and get on out of there. We should outspeed and, you know, they're not Choice Scarf. We know the Toxic Orb. We are outspeeding, going for a U-turn, no problemo whatsoever. And then we can just go into whatever we want to deal with this Gliscor. So I'm leaning towards Manaphy, but at the same time, I'm also thinking they're probably going to go for a knockoff here. A knockoff, a Toxic, or a U-turn, or Stealth Rocks. One of the two. So I'm thinking Enamorus is the way to go. So I'm going to go Enamorus, Cupid over here. Enamorus is in a very good position right now. They go for a Toxic Spikes, which is fair enough. Toxic Spikes are a good play. I didn't even realize Gliscor got Toxic Spikes. That's awesome. So it gets Spikes, Stealth Rock, and Toxic Spikes. That's pretty useful, that is. So, if we assume they're going to switch out here, they might just stay in and tank a hit. Let's go for a Moonblast anyway, just to see how much damage it does to the Gliscor and whatever is chip damage at the end of the day on whatever they bring in if they do switch. Moonblast comes through. They do stay in. Does over half, which is great. They go for a knockoff, which isn't going to do anything because we already have our item knocked off. And then they're going to get healed up by Poison Heal. So I think Moonblast KOs from here. So I think they are going to switch out, but I'm still going to go for it. They do withdraw the Gliscor. Are they going to go the Iron Moth to take that said Moonblast? Iron Moth comes in. So we can get a special attack drop on this, which would be nice. So they are going to come in. They're looking great. Do we go for a Moonblast? Does nothing. No drop, which is fair enough. Now, we can go Terra Steel to avoid the Sludge Wave here, but there is always the chance. There is always the chance that they go for a Fiery Dance expecting that, or just because Fiery Dance probably KOs Enamorus from here. So, I'm going to go for the Snorlax play. I think Snorlax is the play. So, I'm going to go Snorlax real quick. Fatso comes in, which is great. Boom. Get Toxic, which is unfortunate, or just regular poison from the Toxic Spikes, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We go for a Fiery Dance. That's going to easily do about 20... Yeah, I was going to say nothing, really. As they do get a special attack, Raise, which is unfortunate. So, I'm 100% certain they're going to switch out here. So, I'm going to go for a Rest first, because if they attack us, we can take it. They go for a Sludge Wave. Well, a lot more damage. A lot more damage than it was doing. So, we go for a Rest real quick. We're going to get our health right back up to full. And then we're going to wake up straight away thanks to the nifty little Chesto Berry that we've got holding on to. Which is great. So there we go. Chesto Resto coming through. Chesto Resto coming through. We go for an Earthquake here. Should take out the Iron Moth. They do go for another Fiery Dance, which is going to do it. It's going to sting. Not really, because Thick Fat. Thick Fat. That's right. We got the Thick Fat. We're going to take out this Iron Moth with an Earthquake. Snorlax coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Snorlax coming through. Coming through, taking out one of the biggest threats on their team. Iron Valiant is obviously still there. We've got to worry about that. We'll worry about that at a later date. Rillaboom comes in. So Rillaboom is going to smack us in the face with that superpower / Drain Punch. Whichever one it's got going for it. So we do need to switch out here. I'm wondering what's going to... I'm thinking Enamorus is a good switch because obviously fighting and grass resistant if they decide to go for the Grassy Glide. So I think I'm going to go Enamorus. I think that's the best thing. So there we go. We're withdrawing the Snorlax. We're going to go into the Enamorus, which is great. And we'll just kind of go from there. So Cubic comes in. There we go. They go for a Fake Out, which is, of course, going to do minimal damage. We get the Q-Charm again. Yes. That's what we like to see. So I'm going to go for a Mystical Fire, but they do outspeed us because they want to go for the Grassy Glide. They get immobilized by Love once again as we go for a Mystical Fire and do a lot of damage to this Rillaboom. So that is unfortunate. We lower their special attack, which doesn't matter. They are going to get some HP restored because of the grassy terrain, but no, that's fine. Let's go for a Mystical Fire once again. I'm pretty sure Grassy Glide does take us out. And we've got really lucky with the immobilization from Love. They're going to withdraw the Rillaboom because they can't. They don't want to risk it. They just don't want to risk it. Rillaboom could be really useful later, and they're going to go into the Goodra. So Goodra comes in. Looking great, nice and shiny. We go for a Mystical Fire. Doesn't take it out, obviously, but it does lower his special attack. It's 100% guaranteed lower his special attack, so we're all good there. Now we just go for an Earth Power and take this Goodra out. I'm pretty sure this is a sack play. So there we go. Earth Power comes through, takes out the Goodra. So Enamorus is looking great this game, but Snorlax taking on the Iron Moth. I think Snorlax might be in the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. I think it might be. So in comes the Iron Valiant. So this thing can definitely take out Enamorus. We do want to keep Enamorus around for the Gliscor because Moonblast hits it like a truck. But at the same time, I don't want to risk this thing going for a Swords Dance right now. If it goes for a Swords Dance, it's pretty much all over. They haven't Terra'd. They could easily Terra into a type that is resistant to Bullet Punch. I think we have to stay in and go for a Moonblast here and let Enamorus go down. So they go for the T-Bolt. They are a special variant, which is good to note. There we go. Down goes the Enamorus. So we're in a decent position. We can go into Scizor right now. And we can take any hit this thing wants to throw at us for a start. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get rid of these Toxic Spikes, go for the Defog. They go for a Knockoff, which is going to knock off our leftovers, which is fine. We've got the Grassy Terrain up to heal us passively. We go for a Defog. There we go. lowers their evasiveness, not that it matters, and the poison spikes are going to disappear. So the grassy terrain also goes away, which is reset for Rillaboom, which is not the best thing in the world. So let's go for a bullet punch real quick. If they switch into Gliscor, it's fine. We can handle that. We just go for a U-turn. We get on out of there. They stay in to take the bullet punch, and take it they don't, as we get a critical hit. What is going on in this game? What is going on in this game? This is why I think it's a bad idea to say good luck, have fun at the start of the game, because if you wish your opponent good luck is what they're going to get. So Rillaboom comes in, looking fantastically shiny. Grassy Surge comes through. This means their Grassy Glide is going to do a lot of damage, but I don't think they go for Grassy Glide here. We're going to go for a U-turn just to get the nice damage off. They go for a Drain Punch, which does some solid damage. It's going to recover their HP as well, which is great for them. They may even take a U-turn at this point. They don't take the U-turn. Rillaboom goes down, which is fantastic. Iron Valiant goes down to the Scizor. Scizor putting in the work right now. As there we go, we're going to withdraw Scizor, thanks to the U-turn. And now all we have to deal with is that pesky Gliscor. So I think Manaphy is the perfect Pokemon for this. With the Scald and everything, I think it is just perfect. We'll bring Manaphy in. There we go. Let's see how this goes for them. So Gliscor comes in. Gliscor comes in. It's at near enough half health, so we can definitely take this thing out of a Scald right now. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. They do Terra. They finally Terra. What type are they going to be? Water? Probably water, right? Water? Water. So water's what I run on my Gliscor. So I kind of had an inkling it might be water. Which means now, this is not the way we beat the Gliscor with the Scald. This is not the way we do it. They're going to go for a knockoff. There we go. Knockoff comes through. The knockoff are leftovers, but we do get the Grassy Terrain recovery, which they do not. Do they get it? They do. Even. Oh, okay. I thought if they were floating, they wouldn't get it, but they do apparently. So that's fine. And what I'm going to do now is going to make the sack play into Scizor, let it go down to an Earthquake, and then I'm going to go into Infernape and smack this thing in the face with a Thunder Punch. That's the way I think we should do this. So we'll go Crimsonite real quick. There we go. Earthquake comes through. That's going to easily not even take us out. There we go. Oh, Grassy Terrain lowers the power of Earthquake. So that's kind of worked against them a bit. That's kind of worked against them. Now we know they outspeed, so we can just go for a U-turn here. They go for another EQ. Obviously, it's not going to KO. Even if it was a crit, it would. But we go for the U-turn, get them below half health. And then all we need to do now is go into the Infernape and smack this thing in the face with a Thunder Punch. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because it could be Infernape or Ogerpon. One of the two can do this with an Ivy Cudgel or a Thunder Punch. I'm confident this will KO. I know Gliscor gets the Toxic Heal and the Grassy Terrain right now. But I'm pretty sure Thunder Punch is going to KO. I'm pretty sure it KOs. So let's go for the Thunder Punch and grab this victory real quick. Thunder Punch comes through. Doesn't take out the Gliscor. As they go for an EQ, and that's going to do it about half. Yeah, half. Bang on. Damn. Damn. So, we're still in a good position. I'm pretty sure Thunder Punch KOs from there. So let's go for it. Let's go for the Thunder Punch real quick. There we go. Thunder Punch comes through. Takes out the Gliscor, and that's going to be the game. So GG Cobra. That was a pretty fun one. I know it looks a bit, you know, with the scoreboard, it's a 4-0, 5-0. Looks a bit like that, but honestly, that game was fun. My opponent didn't play bad. They played really well. Team matchup just wasn't in their favor. My team just matched up really well against theirs. I mean, Snorlax on the line, Moth. It was just an incredible game. Really enjoyed that one. But anyway, here's the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.